with me as we make some really quick and easy Easter decor. For this Easter project, I'm taking the vintage 1950s Easter decorations I got from my grandmother. I took those two Dollar Tree frames and I opened them up. I flipped that paper around that comes in with the frame just to have the white background, and I placed them in. They're a little too big for the frame, but I didn't have to cut them. It just cut them off in the frame. I wanted to zhuzh up the frame a little bit, so I used some florals and greenery I already had on hand, and I decided to place them on the side of the picture frame. Now you could do it on the bottom, you could do it on the top. I just glued the pieces on, and with the Dollar Tree clamps, I held them in place just till the glue dried, because they were kind of awkward and they would have fallen off without the clamp. Those clamps are a lifesaver. To hide that yucky glue spot at the bottom, I just clipped a few little flowers and I covered it up. I added a little more glue and I covered up the little glue spot, and it gives it a cute little kind of charm. And here we have it. The cute little vintage Easter decorations from my grandmother in a zhuzhed up Dollar Tree frame. It was very simple to make and it was actually really quick, but you could do it however you want. This is just kind of an idea. You could take it and do whatever you want with it. But I'm glad to preserve them because I didn't want the elements to kind of ruin them already more than they had. They're a little faded, but they look so cute on this display. I love it. For this next project, I just took a bonus item Dollar Tree rabbit. It was $3, I believe. I love the color. I thought it was it's like a beigey pink. It had a little bit of glitter on it and some floral design on it. And I've seen people paint them and doctor them up, and they're very cute the way they do them, but I liked it this way. The bow is a little pitiful, but I kept it on that way. I didn't have enough material to kind of make a new bow for it. Maybe next year I will. The point of these crafts was to try and use as much of the stuff I already had. And these wire kind of leafy, sticky kind of things were actually from a bird's nest I had for years. I had it for like 20 years, and I deconstructed it and I made a bird's nest wreath, which is a whole other video I'm going to publish. But I took some of the leftover wiry kind of branches with the little leaves on them, and I tucked them into this bow on the bunny. I added a few of the wires, and once I was happy with the amount and how it looked, I added a dab of glue underneath the bow just to hold them in place a little bit better. They were slipping around a little bit, but I didn't need much glue at all. Next, I took my wire cutters and just trimmed a little bit of the wire that was hanging below the bow. I didn't like the way that looked, so after a little bit of pinching and prodding, they really gave me a hard time, but I did get the wire off. Now I'm going to take one of the trays I got from the 3-tray set I bought at Walmart. You got 3 different size white trays. So I believe this was the medium size tray. And I just added the rabbit and some greenery. And I just kind of arranged the greenery just to cover up as much of the white spots as possible. I put a few big strands in there, and then I put a few smaller trimmings in there as well. I wasn't going for perfect, and I love the way this looked. I added a few of the Dollar Tree carrots, and I rearranged them a little bit till I got them in a position I liked. And I thought, wow, this is just so cute and simple. And it was so much fun to do. This next project is almost like another display tray. We're using a pie plate. I found this one at the Dollar Tree. It was left over from Bed Bath & Beyond's going out of business sale. I guess they sold it to the Dollar Tree. I had that pink, I don't remember the name of the flower, but I had that arrangement for years from Michael's. So I figured, let me add this to it with some ivy garland. And these ceramic Easter bunnies, I don't remember where I got them from or who gave them to me. I believe my daughter may have, but I love them so much. And so I arranged the ivy around the bunnies. And I had that little bird's nest from a charcuterie board class I took the year before. We made Easter charcuteries, and I saved the nest afterwards because I figured, hey, maybe I'll be able to use it for something. And ta-da! I was able to. I also have these natural looking Easter eggs. They kind of go with the theme where they're not brightly colored. They're kind of muted and more natural looking, which I liked. And I thought this was such a quick and easy but very stylish project. How cute and adorable is this? And it was just using things I already had around the house. You can do it however you like with whatever you have and make such beautiful creations. I love the color tone of this. I kept it more of a natural tone, a more spring-like tone. I know Easter, sometimes you have the bright pastels and all that beautiful color, but I wanted my decor to be a more natural looking decor, and I love this. If you notice in the previous picture, I had a jar full of eggs. It's so easy to make. All you need to do is get a jar. This was I believe a pickle jar, and I cleaned it out, and I actually use it as a vase. It's so easy to make. I actually sat down on the carpet in my pajamas and made this. I had some eggs I got, oh gosh, these have to be about 20 years old. So I took them, and I love the color of the eggs. They're kind of like robin eggs. There's blues, greens, very pale blues. I also bought a new bag of eggs because I didn't think there would be enough eggs for my jar. Hobby Lobby had these. These are like beige and brown and like a muted sage green. I figured if I mixed all the colors together, it would be so pretty and so natural looking. Again, I was going for a more natural looking decor for this project as well. Once I had my eggs all spilled out, I started mixing them in and putting them in little by little, mixing up all the colors to make sure that I got a good blend of colors throughout the jar. And here we go. We have our eggs in our jar, but we are not finished yet because we want to add some more stuff to this. I found these daisy stems at Michael's. They're so cute and dainty. I eventually want to make a daisy wreath to hang on one of my doors. So I don't want to dismantle these too much. I got them at Michael's. I believe they were 40 or 50% off. They might even be more now because I believe the spring sale is still going on. I took my floral cutters and I trimmed down the stems a little bit. Like I said, I don't want to completely dismantle them because I'm going to use them for something else. But then I just kind of added them into my egg jar and floof them around a little bit just to give it a little bit of extra, I don't know, pizzazz. Is pizzazz the word? I don't know. I just think they're pretty. I'm still learning how to do all kinds of shots with my camera, and these shadows are just, they're killing me. The shadows on everything, they were killing me. I added a messy bow to the jar, and I also added a vintage 1950s Easter candle that I also got from my grandmother, as well as these two little ceramic vintage bunnies. I am so happy with all the little touches I was able to incorporate into my decor. I didn't go crazy for Easter, but these little touches hold such a special place in my heart. I was able to add some new things, as well as use some of my grandmother's things, and that was just so precious and beautiful to me.